What's going on, everybody? We've got a really freaking good episode to talk about, so let's get into it. I'm Clark Beckham. This is the Idol Breakdown. Let's go.
You make me feel.
We had a lot of really good singers. A lot of really good singers, starting with Sarah Beth.
Meet you downstairs in the bar and heard your rolled up sleeves and your skull t-shirt.
What an interesting person to start with. Kind of comes in a little too much tee-hee for me, if you know what I mean. Just kind of that, like, giggly, oh shucks, oh my goodness, it's Lionel Richie. Katy Perry just said hello to me. For my taste, a little too much of that. But when you have a camera in your face and you feel pressured to do something that brings character and brings entertainment value, maybe her default is that cute shucks, oh my goodness, wow vibe. So I don't want to press her too much on that, but it was a little too much for me. And then on top of that, she came in and Katy Perry was like, so, I mean, is this your dream? And she was like, I didn't really answer, and Katy wasn't having that. But I do credit her for being honest, because how many people will be like, oh my gosh, this is my dream. If I don't do this, there is no plan B. This is all I have. And so, a lot of people say that, and I think it's bogus. It's just interesting. She was very like, whatever, apathetic, nonchalant about it. Katy wasn't having it. But let's get to her singing. Singing was freaking great. She sang the Amy Winehouse song, and Katy in the middle of the song is like, we need more than that. No, you don't. No, you don't. We heard what we needed to hear in that Amy Winehouse song. If she came in and was like, oh my gosh, I love music and this is my life, music is life, and then sang like that, they wouldn't have asked for more. Then she sings Benny and the Jets. She said her voice was limited, so she didn't do this song. And then at the end, I understood, because it was the Benny freaking sledgehammer section, Benny, where she just beat you over the head with that. And it sounded awesome. It sounded great. Katy was yelling at her and like, more, do that more, hold it out. And she did it and was totally going with the flow. So great singer, nonchalant. Katy's not a fan. I'm typically not a fan of that stuff, but I appreciate her honesty. Tanner Charles.
My world has never known
Sing.
a love that brings me home, a love so meant to be, that I won't let you go tonight.
Whew. Now, when Tanner started to sing, I was thinking, it's the verse, it was low in his voice, and I was like, I could tell he was nervous or just not that good. I learned by the end that he was most likely very nervous. And simultaneously, while I was thinking in my head, they're setting him up to be great, but I'm not really getting anything special, I get chills on my left side of my body. So he gave me chills, even though I was thinking, he's okay. Now, my brain caught up with my heart or whatever system that causes chills during the chorus. When he hit the chorus, it started belting, and I think he started to relax more and really got in it. Then I heard the juice. Then I heard, oh, this is why they've given him such a huge spot on this show, because he's a freaking beast and he sounds awesome. And the song is freaking great. There were a lot of original songs in this episode. I think that was my favorite. The melody was brilliant in the chorus. There's so many easy way outs in that melody. And he decided to just bring these brilliant notes and choices. So I really enjoyed that. His belting voice is right up against like scratchy, raspy, golden juice and shouting. Now he stays here, but sometimes he'll kind of cross over into that shouting area, which one of the members, Groove Crew members, said, like, why is he shouting? He crosses over there sometimes, but the meat of it, I think, is in this good spot, and I'm into it. Do I have any more notes on him? Oh, you have the sausage. I'm pretty sure he meant sauce. You have the sausage. Whatever sausage is to you, he has it. The belting montages and random keys. That is so dumb to me. It's like, we've got a ton of talent this season. Watch. And then it's 5 different people singing 5 different notes as loud as they can, reverbed out with their faces fading in and out of the camera, of the frame. It's weird. Mikey Mo.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love.
I love Mikey Mo and his mom. Love that. Definitely gave the smolder from Tangled in this one when he sings. Definitely that pretty boy, I have perfect, beautiful hair, which is not a knock. That is a good thing. Great looking guy. And then his mom, and their relationship is sweet. She was killing it. She was trying to get a gig. She was rushing just a little bit. I think she was excited, playing a little too fast. I was surprised they said no. I agree, but I was surprised because he's a better singer than a handful of the people we've seen go through already. What was going against him? I think someone said, like, dinner theater. I was getting theater vibes. I think that vibe and what he was bringing to the table, it was clear that to the judges and to me, that he wasn't going to crush going forward and go really far in the show, so they decided to end it before it started. Some other people who aren't as good of a singer but go through, there's something about them that makes the judges go, there's a shot that you could change things up and really give us something special and have this X factor kind of develop. But with him, I think we had him at his best, and his best is a little theater karaoke vibes, but he's a really good singer. Aiden Boyer.
Listen, friend, I'm anxious about this. I'm afraid I got myself in a predicament.
Bringing awareness to the neurodiverse, which I've never heard of that term, but I think it's great. I'm also super down with Idol taking time to tell his story and kind of shed some light with the platform they have on what autism is like. And it talks about Aiden having struggles with loud, sudden noises and then wanting to be a touring artist. And I'm thinking, man, it's a given every once in a while, depending on the quality of the equipment and the crew. And sometimes it doesn't matter. It can be world-class guys and that stuff still happens. But I'm talking about like feedback, someone unplugging a guitar when it's in the amp still, huge loud noise. And I just start thinking about all of the noises that can come like that and would be a struggle for him. But then he talked about how he actually identifies the pitch of the loud noise and that helps him calm down. That's insane. I know someone who has perfect pitch like that, and they can literally, if Aiden's watching this, he could comment on this video what pitch this clap is in. He can tell you what note that is, which is insane to me. Great piano player. In my opinion, voice is lacking a bit in the typical American Idol contestant vocal horsepower that's needed in the show, or that's sure helpful. Now, there have been winners of American Idol that did not have the horsepower in their voice that I'm talking about, but it sure helps if you can really smack some songs vocally, and I don't know if he's got that. He did show some super high notes, so maybe there's something in there that he can develop. Reminds me of Ben Folds with the real technical piano playing and the interesting lyrics too. Like, I wrote one of them down. It said, group dynamic I could never be a part of. Like, what an interesting phrase to put in a song. So I like him. I'm happy you went through. What a touching story. Chanley was crying when we were going into commercial, and I was close too. I like him. I gotta say, the judges' gimmicks this year are funny. I like them. I had some members that were like in the live stream that were like, dumb gimmicks, why do they do? And I was like, I'm actually having a ball. I think the judges are super playful and authentically playful. Are some things scripted and kind of put on? Totally. But they play in it so much that it's funny. It's good. Like the firefighter, poor firefighter, got to pick up Katy Perry. I don't know if he made it. I don't know if he sings well at all. It's like, maybe he just goes to American Idol Purgatory with the diaper guy. We never even hear from them again. It's literally their only purpose in the show is their gimmick. Way Ani.
I tried to talk to my piano. I tried to talk to my guitar. I talked to my imagination, confided into alcohol. Anyone, please send me anyone. Lord, is there anyone?
So, very unique, high pitch speaking voice. And then when she sings, it's this deep baritone, giant, rich, thick voice with a huge, belting, powerful range. We had a contestant like this last year who spoke really high pitch, and then she sang, and I kind of went down the same line of logic, line of thought for this. I don't understand it. Obviously, she can resonate her vocal cords in a low voice that is more typical to speaking voices, but she speaks very high pitch and very different than her singing voice. She can talk however she wants to talk. She can sing however she wants to sing. Whatever's comfortable for her, it's fine. So it's different. It's an interesting topic of discussion. Kathleen, one of my Groove Crew members on the live stream, was like, my mom or someone close to her is a speech therapist, and she's gonna ask her, so maybe Kathleen will shed some light on that. But her singing was awesome. Big time power. Heavyweight boxer type power behind her notes. Be very interesting to see her in Hollywood when she's surrounded by a bunch of powerhouse singers and see how she holds up. Mary Beth Bird.
Never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have run through the blinding rain without $1 to my name if it hadn't been for love.
Shoo-wee. Okay, so let's go down the checklist here. She first starts to sing, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, tone. The judges are thinking the same thing. Then she keeps going, and she hits a couple like eighth note runs, and what I mean by that is they're not like the machine gun fire runs big runs and quick ones that you hear R&B people do. They're like boom, 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 like a 1-2 hook combination that a boxer would throw that hits that way. And it's really precise and sharp edges on those runs, on those notes. And they're sung with conviction. So tone, runs. Then the chorus, she shows her belting range. What do you need? Her performance, eyes are open, she's comfortable, she's looking around. She's killing it. Killing it. Best of that episode at that point, which is typically that's not a great compliment, but this episode had a ton of dumb good singers. Rasp, she held out. She sang hadn't 2 syllables and like belted the consonant D and T. She's like hadn't. I don't know how you do that.
If it hadn't been.
Ew. Katie says top 10. We have 4 people already in the for sure top 10, and Katie has predicted them all. Bree.
Come join the fun, it's a merry-go-round.
We see her for just a second. It's more about Lionel than it is her. We see her kind of singing some O's. I don't know why she has a separate keyboard. She sounded okay to me. I didn't think she was gonna make it through, but to be fair, all we heard was her singing some O's. So maybe she's got something there that we haven't heard yet. Maybe we'll see her more in Hollywood. Olivia.
Been alone with you inside my mind.
All right.
And in my dreams I've kissed your lips 1,000 times.
She's coming for your job.
I sometimes see you pass outside my door. Hello,
Dang.
I love you. And I love you.
Oh gosh. She is a stone cold killer. With her eyes open a little bit like this as she was singing and drawing the notes out like molasses, and you're just hanging on to each moment as she sang. And then at the end, when she was given that like scowl grimace thing with her eyes open, you know she could see the judges losing their minds, Lionel pacing, and it didn't shake her. She didn't even react. Why? Because she's used to it. Because that's what happens when she sings. People react that way, and she knows it. And I would venture to say she knew they were going to do that. She expected it, because that's what happens when she sings. People lose their mind. The piano was a slight distraction. When I was on the show and I'd play guitar, the producers constantly asked me to stop playing guitar because they felt like it was a distraction. I was like, no, I'm a musician, I play guitar. Which is true, I'm a musician, I play guitar. And I wanted that to be shown that I was playing it. But for her, it's a little bit of a distraction. I understand if she wants to stick to it, but I agree, if Fredley was playing that piano part and she was just flat foot singing, could have been even stronger, even more powerful. Preston Duffy.
And all the memories we made and the Luke Bryan songs we sang. I go.
Another moment American Idol takes to bring awareness to an issue, a health issue, suicide, depression, anxiety. I really like how Preston described it as something that just jumps on you and gets on you. It's not something that is your fault or something you dabble into. It's a sickness. And without getting too far into that, the psychology of those things, just the fact that they put the help hotline on in big bold numbers and letters explaining what it was is a win. I foresee some people going, oh my gosh, it's all about the story. Why are we talking about this? Isn't this a singing competition? Why are we talking about all these stories and tragedy and just getting us down? I, for one, am proud of American Idol shedding some light on some topics, on some things that can help people in a big way more than hearing some more people sing. Now, there were plenty of people singing. They're going to give you the goods. They clearly did. But the fact that they spend a little bit of time on these issues, making them real to us, people who might not deal with them, is important. Okay, about his voice. I liked his voice, I think, more than the judges did. I love the song, too. Luke seemed to be like, you're not going to make it as a singer, but you're going to be a good writer if you pursue that. It seemed to be what he was saying, like reading between the lines. I think he's got a great voice. This first line of the song, he did a little country run. I was like, ugh, yes. Emma Bussey.
When are you gonna calm down? When are you going to land? I'm hunting the horny back to future eyes.
Her vibrato is fine. Her vibrato is more than fine. It's wonderful. And it's not theatery. They show all these people who are dedicated to the theater craft, and that is bled over into their singing so much so that they cannot separate the two. This is not a case of that happening. She sounds awesome. There's nothing wrong with the vibrato. And singing without vibrato, acting like it's something you can't stop. She just graduated from school in musical theater, and she's a world-class singer. You can already tell. Singing without vibrato is called straight tone. She knows how to sing with straight tone. Anybody can sing with straight tone, especially anyone that's gone through training. And she did it. And then they were like, yeah, hooray. No, now she sounds like Linkin Park.
Everything inside in you.
That's not what we want. We want her to sound like her. Whatever she did from the moment that she started singing was right. That's how she should sing. Her vibrato's freaking fine. More than fine. It's fantastic. And doesn't need to change. Emma, if you're watching this, please, God, do not try to eradicate your vibrato. And I don't think you will, because I think you're a better singer than that. I think you're a good enough singer to know that you've got the goods, and taking vibrato away is absurd. Everybody sings with vibrato. That was annoying. And they started kind of mocking her as this theater person. She doesn't have that shackle. That is not a chain that encumbers her voice. And think about some of the greatest singers on the planet, like Cynthia Erivo. You're gonna hear her sing and be like, I wish you wouldn't do vibrato. Wish you wouldn't sing so theatery. Ben Platt. Some of the greatest voices on the planet today, and they're acting like she's some theater person in high school who only sings songs from the musical Oklahoma. And oh gosh, I could go on. She's fantastic. She's great. She's great. Keelan.
But don't call me up unless you want to get down, 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 down.
Love the attitude. Honestly, you need that. The pep talk in the mirror, and you're great and beautiful and you're doing it. You're that girl, like that. You need that. That's legit. She was bright. She's a good singer. Her song was extremely clever. Don't call me up unless you're down, down, down. Or unless you want to get down, down, down. And then if you're not emotionally available enough to know what you want, hang up. Those are good. I don't know why. I think a lot of people are going to be like, I can't believe she made it. Why would she not? She was a good singer and had a good song and was vibing. I don't know what she's going to do in Hollywood. Like, how do you take what she did in her audition and apply it to everything that happens in Hollywood and the group rounds? I don't know if she's quite molded in the right way for this competition. Doesn't mean she's not going to be a successful pop artist. But the tracks that American Idol is a weird analogy. I don't know if she's the locomotive for it. That was a dumb analogy. Elijah McCormick.
I set out on a narrow way many years ago.
Sing.
And others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars. This much I know it's true, that God bless.
Boof. What a deep, rich voice. And terrifying runs. Can do any run you've ever heard, he can do it. Anything he wants, he can do it. Not only can he, and not only does he, but the runs he chooses to do that he comes up with are tasteful, full of emotion and feeling, and sings from a place of must, of just pure, unadulterated desire and passion and love for music. When you combine that with the world-class instrument that he has and taste, not just this instrument, but this one, you have Elijah McCormick. You have the guy that makes us all lose our minds. And what a story too. That car accident. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine what his mother went through and his family. What a special, special freaking talent. Our viewer question today comes from Urchin Sam. So anyone from any countries can be on Idol now? I guess so. You know, at first, last year, Nicolina, I was like, you can't do this. You're Canadian. You can't be an American Idol. And I had some like thing to say about it. But then so many American idols aren't American and they don't have to be. So I'm fine with that. And yeah, anybody can be from any country. Your country can't vote for you. That's a bummer. The judge rating for this episode, I would give an A, almost an A+, but I thought Katie was a little too hard on Sarah. But I was pretty fine with it. Not quite an A+, give some room for improvement. But they were great. I think they've been great this whole season. The contestant rating has to be an A+. This was some of the best singing on an Idol show I've ever seen. Got some killers. Got some killers. Oh, guess what? Ashley Tankard is a Groove Crew member. She was lighting it up in the live stream. The live stream is me watching the live show in real time. And then I mute it during the show, and then commercials unmute, and we just talk, the members and me. So if that's of any interest to you, you can join the Groove Crew by going on your computer, and then there's a join button at the bottom right hand of this video. It's $5 a month. And the more members we get, the more videos I can do, the more equipment I can buy for this channel. So that really helps. Also, if you're into this stuff, subscribing and the notification bell, anytime I do a random pop-up video, like any breaking news, you're gonna know because of the notification bell. Last thing, the premiere is really fun to watch. I'm on there. Everybody kind of comes on there live. Mondays at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. You can catch us there. Okay, that's all I got. Really good episode. A lot of fun. Love you guys. I'll see you next week.